Hello, Watcham here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cried. For a second then I thought I wasn't recording. Let's continue. On the night of Washinagashi, the one died and one disappeared, in accordance with Oyashiro-sama's curse. It was only a demon who had killed someone. Dumbfounded, as I succumbed to a horrifying possibility, I looked around at my classmates. To make sure, there was nobody extra I didn't recognize among them. To make sure, I wasn't among them. It was a horrifying thought. That the real Keiichi Maibara hadn't overslept and had come to school on time. And that I, who was no longer Keiichi Maibara, had just waltzed in here. But no matter how much I checked, the only people here were ones I knew. The man I met every time I looked in the bathroom mirror was not here. I mean, in a way, he is, but he's you.
午後の授業を始めますよ。皆さん、席に戻ってください。委員長、号令。
The teacher entered and everyone hurried back to their seats. Upon finding me, he was so stupidly late. She gave me a stern talking to, but I wasn't listening to it. Wasn't our old life supposed to start today? Something wasn't right. It was just strange. I was supposed to go back to my old fun life after yesterday. I had set foot in an incomparably monstrous world that was completely different from both my old life and my recent one. Yes, this was, without a doubt, a different world than the one I'd been living in until now. There was no way such an absurd thing could be possible. But, unless it was true, I couldn't explain anything that just happened. In this classroom, I was surrounded by so many faces I knew, and yet I felt isolated. The cicadas sounded no different than they had before, now, but they seemed somehow false. The air was parched and dry too, making me think, was the air in Hinamizawa always this uncomfortable?
Oi, Rena.
Maybe it's just me thinking that Mion's had more experience, but I think he should be asking Mion, not Rena. Maybe that's just because it was Mion who did it in the second chapter. Although, maybe Rena did it in the first chapter? Though it seemed somewhat different, maybe? I don't know.
授業中なんだよ。
昨日の祭りだけどさ。俺、いつ頃みんなと合流したっけ？
To be honest, I was pretty excited afterwards, and I gobbled down some cans of beer. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't quite remember some things. The random babbling wasn't a bad excuse.
ケイチ君、最初は来れないって言ってたんだよね。みーちゃんの家にそう電話したんでしょ？
That matched. I called Mion and told her to take Sadako in my place, since I wouldn't be able to meet up with them due to things I had to do.
さとこちゃんを誘ってあげようっていうのは、みんなでお祭りの準備をしてた時に決めたんだよ。少しでもおじさんの姿の見えないところに連れ出してあげようと思って。
That was the same too. Mion said that when I called her. Is the uncle still dead, or is this an alternative universe uncle that died? That everyone had already decided to invite her, I missed that Mion said that when I called her.
それでみんなでレナとみーちゃんとリカちゃんでさとこちゃんの家に行ってさとこちゃんを連れ出して、さとこちゃんのおじさんすっごく意地悪そうな人だった。
That part didn't matter, does it? What I was trying to ask was...
俺は、 いつ合流したんだ？
そんなことも忘れちゃってるの？圭一くん、だから祭りの前の日はよく寝た方がいいよって言ったのに。
Yeah, tell him off, Reno. Send him off for being such a mean, no, a horrible person. Yeah. You're so horrible, Keiichi.
だから俺はいつ合流したんだよ。
My sudden, threatening demand, Reno was at a loss for words. Oops, I shouldn't have rushed that. Yeah, you really shouldn't have. I told her I was sorry.
境内でだよ。ひょっこりと。リカちゃんと話してたじゃない。
Is Rika-chan somehow involved in that? Okay, let's say... Okay, so the only way which she could do that is... If it was Rika-chan herself who did it, then she would have had to have known the Chapter 2 happenings. Then somehow made another Keiichi to do the same things. Except not quite, because he turned down Shion. But that makes sense because Rika wasn't there. I mean, the fact that they're leaving it this vague maybe points to something happening. I really just want to know what they were talking about. Does Rika-chan know about the two of them, maybe? She is the Shrine Maiden. Which is why I think maybe if there is anything supernatural, maybe she knows about it at least.
巫女さん姿のリカちゃんと楽しそうに話してた。
No, wait, no, never mind. It wasn't about how they started in Chapter 2. He met... No, never mind. No, wait. Was it Chapter 1? Chapter 1, Rena brought him, didn't she? How did they get there in Chapter 2? I'm gonna have to get back and watch it.
それでレナも加わって「はお持ち帰り」って。
Might be just be if that's what happened in Chapter 2. But then why is it happening again?
リカちゃんと話してたのか？
ケイちゃん、用事か何かがあったんじゃないって私が聞いたらさ、
That was different.
ケイちゃん、胸を叩きながら自分で言ったじゃないのよ。用事なんかより祭りで大暴れする方が大切だぜって。
I need to check if she asked that as well. I don't remember that happening. But I don't know if I would have remembered that happening. I didn't say that. I never said anything like that. I never even went to the shrine grounds yesterday to begin with. I never had the time to stop by a place like that. I went to dig the hole as soon as I woke up. I had a pretty hard time doing it. After that, I snuck into the school and made a call. I called him out and lay in wait. And then it started raining really hard. With that kind of downpour, the festival should have come to a halt. In other words, it ended then. From the time the festival started to when it ended. It would have been impossible for me to have swung by the shrine grounds. I was already there when me and the others dragged Satoko out and brought her to the shrine, and I was talking to Rika-chan. Then, where would Rika-chan say we met? The teacher went out to wash her hands, so I ran over to Rika-chan's desk and asked her directly.
圭一とですか？
ああ、リカちゃんはミオンたちが来る前から俺と話してたんだろ？いつ俺に会ったんだ？いつどこでだよ？
圭一が何を聞きたいのかわからないのです。
俺昨日寝不足で半分頭がぼーっとなっててさ。
It's Rika-chan, when you're doing that cutesy thing, it's really hard to tell if you're lying or if you're not.
何も覚えてないんだよ。
It's entirely possible to be evil. Does she know or doesn't she? It looked like Rika-chan brought into my babbling.
圭一と会ったのは集会所から村長さんたちと出てきた時なのです。
Okay, I seriously need to refresh myself on
圭
that.
一は西宮殿の扉の前にいましたのですよ。
Ooh. Now I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. In the second chapter. He didn't even know about the ritual storehouse until they went inside it after, well, during the dance.
何？西宮殿？
I'd never heard a building called that before. Maybe I have, but at the very least I wouldn't know where on the shrine grounds it was.
村長さんがそこは神聖な場所だからみだりに近寄ってはならにゅうと怒りましたですよ。
Maybe the other Keiichi came from inside? Well, maybe not from inside, but from there?
圭一、それも忘れてしまいましたですか？
I was too scared to ask anymore. The more I asked, the more it became clear without any doubt that Keiichi Maibara was present at the through shrine grounds during the Watanagashi festival. Okay, so yeah, I think my theory about it somehow being made by Rika was probably wrong. The clearer that became, the more doubts, no fears I had. Who on earth was I yesterday? Whoever that was, he had a good time in my place. He managed to go the entire day without letting them notice I wasn't there. Oh, right. When did that person leave everyone? This morning, my mother got mad at me for having stayed out so late last night, which meant that at the very least, Keiichi Maibara hadn't come home while my mother was still awake. The festival would have been closed because of the downpour. If I recall right, when I went back to the house storage room to get another shovel, I think the clock said 7. They're going to say a time after 7, when it's still raining. Since it was already raining hard by then, the festival would have had to have closed down before 7. If I had returned that early, I would have definitely run to my parents. Or at the very least, they wouldn't have asked me when I got back last night. So for Keiichi Maibara from yesterday, that meant he never went home. That meant the downpour happened, the festival was broken up, everyone left. But he didn't go back to the house. That means... When I arrived at the natural conclusion, a wicked chill suddenly throws my spine and climbed up to my brain. Where is he indeed? That meant Keiichi Maibara was the same as Satoshi. What? That wasn't where I was going, but okay. That caught me off guard. Monday, he never went home. The night of Watanagashi, he never went home. The downpour interrupted the festival, and on the way home, he suddenly disappeared. And I, who was dealing with the corpse, went home without a problem. I was so tired I wasn't even hungry, so I went up to my room without a sound and crawled into my futon. Who was I? That much was obvious. Keiichi Maibara. Keiichi Maibara was me. There may have been another one, but that doesn't negate the fact that I was Keiichi Maibara. And yeah, that other Keiichi Maibara was what? Or what? The voices of the cicadas steadily filling the classroom were beginning to bother me. Suddenly, I laid eyes on Sadako. Sadako's expression was dark as always. She seemed completely exhausted, at a life of agony she couldn't even imagine an ending to. Is the uncle still alive? What had last night been like for Sadako? Did she have fun with everyone and feel a little happier if even for a moment. And when she went home, the end of her dream, she'd probably gone to sleep afraid of when her uncle would return. Fair enough. And then, this morning, her uncle hadn't come home. And then she went to school. Right now, she must have been still trapped by the rotten idea from which she couldn't be saved, that her uncle would need her when she got back. But you can rest easy, Satoko. Your uncle won't ever be coming back. I couldn't tell her it was because I killed him. Yeah. When Satoko realized on her own that her uncle would never return, then that would truly be the end of a long, insane night. That's right. I didn't do anything wrong. I did the best possible thing I could have for Satoko's Nini. Not an atom in my body regretted it. Well, you know, not a single atom in my body regrets anything, because my atoms can't regret things. And look, calm down and think, Keiichi Maibaro. From a certain point of view, isn't it convenient there's another Keiichi Maibaro? I buried the corpse perfectly. Totally. A beginning wouldn't happen. But, if worst came to worst, then it got out. The investigation got to me. I now had a strong alibi, able to profess for fact that I'd been at the Watanagashi festival. But, accepting something so creepy, and using it as an alibi. Still, if I had proved I hadn't gone to the festival yesterday, it would do no good and a whole lot of harm. That was what left the really, actually bad aftertaste. You'll forget about it, Keiichi Maibaro. Everything that happened before today. So just forget about the Keiichi Maibaro who was there yesterday, too. Instead, let's watch gently over Satoko for the day her smile returns. And the day that would mark the end of that insane, all too long night.
それでは今日はこれで終わりです。皆さん、寄り道をしないでちゃんとお家へ帰るんですよ。
I almost feel like this is standard post Watanagashi behavior. Yes, after the night of the festival, everyone should go straight back home for a couple of weeks. Just standard safety procedure following Watanagashi. It's so morbid.
委員長、
It
号令
makes sense still somehow.
起立気をつけ礼
Goodbye. I thought about many things, and saw my thoughts dispersed by many other things. I didn't know whether or not that time had been spent worrying or daydreaming, but either way, it came to an end along with the class. Cheerfully, our classmates got their things and ran for the hallway. Mion, Rena, and Rika-chan were packing up as well. What about Satoko? This whole day, she seemed deflated. Well, her uncle may not have returned last night, but she wouldn't have known he'd never return. How much I wanted to express that fact to her. Satoko packed up her pencil box and math workbook nicely, and after a dark glance at the clock, heaved a sigh. Then went to leave the classroom. Then, suddenly, somebody placed a hand on her shoulder and stopped her. Was it you?
何ですの？私、ちゃんと水やり当番もやりましたし、プリントだってちゃんと。
Her words, possessed by a persecution complex, hurt. I spoke loudly so everyone could hear.
なあみんな、さ、今日は久しぶりにやらないか？部活。
Satoko always had to tend to her uncle, so club has been on hiatus. In our minds, our club was proof of a calm, peaceful life. By enjoying being together, I wanted to make Satoko realize her days of darkness were over.
レナは、いいよ。
そりゃまあ
The teacher did say to go straight home.
私は構わないけど聡子がいいならね。
Under a condition. That was important. With everything up to her, Sadako gave a worried look.
なあ聡子、久々にどうだよ。パーッとさ。
そのお気持ちは嬉しいでございますけど。
My uncle might already be home. Thus spoke her darkened eyes, her mouth unmoving.
聡子もさ、連日息が詰まるような生活をずっと続けててさ、もう窒息寸前だろ。
Why are you saying it so nonchalantly? Ugh.
そんなのは心にも体にも悪いだけだぜ。やっぱりたまにはパーッと弾けなきゃな。
That's what yesterday was for, remember?
放っておいてくださいまし。
And yet, don't pursue it too
私だっ
hard.
てそりゃ部活がまたやれたらと思っていますわよ。
With one word, but she looked down.
みんなで遊んだ方が楽しいのは聡子だってよく知ってるだろ。俺たちは仲間だぜ。みんなで一緒に過ごすようにできてるんだよ。聡子だって昨日みんなでお祭りで騒いで楽しかったろ。
Rena nearly said something, but she was too late. What was she going to say?
ケイツさん、何を言ってますの？
What? My arm on her shoulder seemed to weigh her down, and she threw it off. She didn't?
私がお祭りで楽しく、いつ遊んだって言うんですの？
Huh? Oh.
楽しく遊んだのはケイチさんだけじゃありませんの。
Because it was film projection. I just called it projection of him from the last time. Looked over to Mion for help, but now everyone was looking down. My instincts told me that Sadako hadn't gone to the festival. But Rena said it herself, that she went with Mion to Sadako's house to invite her.
さとこちゃん、途中で帰っちゃったの。神社には行かなかった。
どうして？
I realized the absurdity of what I just said with Sadako in front of me.
おじが家で待ってるのに一人だけ遊んでると悪いって言って、神社の直前で。
私たちも引き止めたんだよ。今日はおじさん公認だからちゃんと遊んでも怒られないんだよって。
At some point, tears had begun welling up in Sadako's eyes. Sadako was so afraid of her uncle that she couldn't even allow herself time with her friends and went home. No, she was even afraid of letting herself have a good time with her friends.
ケイチさんはいいですわね。みんなで楽しくお祭り一夜を過ごせて。聞けば大層盛り上がって大活躍だったそうじゃないですの。お羨ましいことですわ。
Smiling to herself, her tears began to fall.
私には養わなければならない叔父がいますの。ケイチさんみたいにご両親にのんびり養ってもらってる人とはわけが違いますですのよ。
聡子。
楽しくお祭りが過ごせてよかったですわね。私の分まで楽しく過ごせて本当におよろしかったですこと。私だって部活がしたいですわ。みんなで楽しく大騒ぎして楽しくて楽しくて。 でも、今の私、そんなの。
Unable to withstand such violent emotion, a few teardrops slid down her cheek. But even though she was having such a terrible time, not once did she ever say it was hard for her. It was a sad, obstinate bravery. That the days when Sadako had to feel like that were over. Sadako didn't need to endure it, to bear it anymore. Does she? Because again, what if the uncle isn't dead? She could forget all about it now and smile. And the uncle would have had to have left before Sadako got back, if it's all happening at the same time at least. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left, surely? If the police told him, yeah, we have Sadako here, and Sadako's in his house. Instead, I said something that I'm not sure I should have said before I thought twice about it. Oh dear.
帰ってこないんだろ。あいつは。
The words were deeply meaningful to me, but I didn't know if Sadako understood them.
帰ってこないって、誰がですの？
True, because there is some ambiguity. Is it Satoshi or the uncle?
ゆうべは帰らなかったんだろ。お前のお家は。
何を言ってますの、ケイイチさんは。
He's still alive? Ooh. Ooh. So, what is going on? What is... Sadako shouted with all her might.
あいつがいついなくなったって言うんですの？いつ？
落ち着けよ。だって昨日あいつは帰ってこなかったろ。
ケイイチさんが何を言ってるのか全然わかりませんでしたよ。
サトコこそ何を言ってんだよ。だってあの男は。
I killed him. Killed him yesterday. Killed him for sure. Was it him or was it someone else? But it was his bike, he said. And I buried him. Buried him whole. And the police said that he left his house. He could never have returned to his house.
昨日だって私にいっぱい意地悪して、怒鳴って、わめいて、当たり散らして、作ったご飯を投げられた。お味噌汁もひっくり返された。暑かった。汚かった。そしてお掃除も私がした。私が。
Maybe talk to Mion, I would say. Maybe not. Should he confess to Mion or should he not? What? Our stories weren't matching up.
あいついる？
What? He came back last night.
今朝だって朝ごはんの時は起こせって言われたから起こしたのに怒られた。
Now, then comes the question. Is it actually him or is it a hallucination induced by stress and all?
起こさなかったらまた怒るように起こしても怒られた。
サトコ。
Rika-chan went over to Sadako and said a few words of consolation. Okay, Rika-chan with a negative picture there looks creepy. Change it to that. That looks less creepy. That looks creepy. Why is she smiling? But Satoko angrily refused those words and thrust Rika-chan away.
ニーニー。ニーニー。早く帰ってきてよ。
And on that note, I think I'll leave it here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.